Switching to a vertical mouse can be very beneficial for wrist discomfort and wrist pain. I switched to this one 6 months ago, and it took a little bit of time to get used to it, but once I did, all my problems are gone. No more wrist pain, no more wrist discomfort, and then this happened. This is an update video on the Zelotes T50 vertical gaming mouse. Now I want to be clear, I'm not blaming this mouse specifically for this happening, but I do want to talk about using a vertical mouse in general, what you can expect, and how you can improve your desk setup so that you don't end up like this. When I first switched to a vertical mouse, it took a little bit of time to get used to the new position. Things felt a little wonky and it was difficult to just navigate my computer in general. Now I'm not saying this is going to be the case for you. Maybe a vertical mouse isn't even the right solution for you. But for me, I was experiencing wrist pain and wrist discomfort, and within just days, my hand was back to feeling normal. And that went on for about 5 months, which I think it's a pretty good amount of time. But a few weeks ago, I went through a time when I was basically glued to my computer, definitely exceeding the recommended hours to avoid any carpal tunnel issues. And that's when it hit. I don't think this is related to using a vertical mouse, but rather excessive time sitting at the computer, putting strain on my wrist, as well as other factors that I'll talk about. Don't expect a vertical mouse to be the one solution to prevent wrist pain, discomfort, and carpal tunnel issues. Before I switched to a vertical mouse, a lot of people told me that it's not the mouse type that causes the issues, but rather spending excessive time at your computer, putting strain on your wrist. That's how you end up like this. And now I believe them. However, in my personal experience, switching to a vertical mouse quickly solved all my issues when it comes to wrist discomfort, wrist pain, and carpal tunnel issues. And the only way to know if a vertical mouse is going to be beneficial for you is just to try it. I chose to go for an inexpensive option because I didn't want to commit to an expensive vertical mouse without being sure that I was going to get any benefits. I'm going to leave an affiliate link in the description and the comments so you can see if this mouse will be a right fit for you. Like I said, don't expect a vertical mouse to solve all your problems. In fact, you need to combine several tools in order to prevent ending up with issues even while using a vertical mouse. The first thing I would recommend is leveling your armrest at the same height as your desk so that your wrist isn't pointing down or pointing up. This puts a lot of strain on the wrist. The second one is getting a wrist support cushion or a mouse pad that comes with a wrist support cushion. I would recommend one that is made out of gel, but make sure that it is firm enough. Otherwise, it will not provide enough support. And the third one, obviously, is taking care of your wrist by limiting the time you spend at the computer putting strain on your wrist. Whenever I feel wrist discomfort after using the computer for a long time, I try to not use my right hand for the rest of the day just to let it rest. Someone from my family actually suggested getting a left-handed mouse, because I'm right-handed, so that I can alternate between using a left-handed mouse and a right-handed mouse, and that way you can balance out the amount of usage for each hand. After having applied the 3 things that I told you, in just 3 days, my wrist is completely back to normal. So again, switching to a vertical mouse can be very beneficial, but combining a series of factors is the only way to prevent any issues in the future. Anyway, if this video was helpful for you, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.